Together for a few adventures now. You currently find yourselves in an inn on the outskirts of the icy city of Kakut, up in the north, the Evrevia Empire, where Emperor Farrat supplies many of the arms used in conflicts between Silesia and the Dragon Throne to the south. You're currently, drinking at an inn called the Bleeding Crow. And it smells of stale beer and old smoke. Lanterns are hung at regular intervals along the wall, providing a muddy illumination of the interior. There are no windows to keep the warmth in. Across from you guys, at a table, is an ancient-looking woman in priestly robes. She has been filling you in on a heretical religion that has sprouted up nearby, calling themselves the followers of the Red Goddess and demanding blood of tribute from the locals. She is offering you a chest full of gems worth about 2,000 gold to go and deal with this issue. And she's very clear. By deal with it, she means she wants you to go in there and kill all of these heretics.
People should be free to worship who they want.
Shut up. No, they're not. Burn the heretics! Burn the heretics!
One man's heretic is another man's devout believer.
The sister nods. She's like, I have no problem with people believing different things. I do have a problem when they start demanding that local villagers sacrifice blood to them.
Yeah, that's kind of bad. Maybe we should check that out.
Do you want my character sheet? Because it's too big to post.
Don't worry about it.
Alright.
Yeah, but why don't you guys describe your characters a bit? Because you guys are familiar with each other. You've been on some adventures together. Who are you?
Alright, well, I'm at the top of the channel, so I'll go first. I'm Cardamon. He's a human wizard. He's an archaeologist by trade. He likes poking around in old-ass ruins and reading shit. He's sort of like a nutty professor type. That's about it. Hey, Thomas, did you make a character for tonight?
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out how to change the name on my phone.
Oh, do you want me to change it? I can change it.
Sure. It's Orcan.
Could you spell that?
So, Orcan.
There you go. Alright, Henry, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, Henry is, he's an archaeologist. He believes that all the treasures of this world should be uncovered and found and preserved in museums for everyone to study and learn from. He's kind of a skinny guy, kind of lanky. Wears a hat.
Oh, I guess him and Cardamon might have come up here together then.
That's probably so. Yeah, they're both.
Is Henry a human?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, more or less.
You just rolled for hit points, didn't you?
Oh, you poor bastard.
Someone's gonna get fucked.
I thought I was the one who was gonna die.
Yeah, the best part is I have a -2 to HP, thanks to
Yeah,
combat.
because you rolled a 6 for your constitution.
So all those HP rolls are 0.
So you have, what, 1 hit point is what you get if you have all zeros?
No,
Is that how that works? No.
there's no minimum.
What's the minimum?
He starts with no hit points, he starts unconscious.
Well, remember, at first level you get your max, so he starts with 6. If he's at -2, he now has 4 hit points. Because he got 0 and then -1 and -1. He is so sickly, he's losing maximum hit points as he levels up.
Oh my god. Does it really work that way? I never thought
Yes.
about it. Oh my, that is awful.
Yes,
I
it
can't
really
believe that's how it
does.
works. You fucking lose HP as you level up if you...
If you have a negative con score, it is possible if you're rolling for hit points.
Holy shit, that's...
God, I love one-shots.
I cannot believe that's actually how it works.
So you can die
I got
from a
1 HP per level.
So does this mean if he levels up high enough, he just dies?
If he keeps rolling like shit, yes, you can die. We would narrate it as just him dying from, illness and ill health.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. I hope that happens in one of our campaigns eventually. I want to be able to add died of natural causes to the graveyard.
None of us are dumb enough when we pick stats, though, to pick negative con. It only comes up in rolled stats like this.
Did I just hear a challenge?
Yes.
You fucking got it, Under.
All right, so that was Henry. How about Novitiate?
Alright, yeah. Novitiate Sejanus. Looks like a farm kid that got a shiny suit of bronze plate mail, a tabard, and has been running around playing Crusader. That's it. That's all I got. Oh, and he's got a sword and shield. His whole shtick is doing things in the name of righteousness and religion. Whatever that religion happens to be. Orkin.
So I'm playing a half-orc paladin.
Okay, so we heard half-orc paladin. What kind of character are you?
Let go. He's a half-orc paladin named Orkin, who was raised by the temple as an orphan. He's lean, mean, and green. He's a
You cut out again.
We heard up to lean, mean, and green.
He's a fighting machine, and he's stronger than any man. It's a limerick, but it cut off, so I'm sad.
That's unfortunate, but still, nice. And just how sickly is Spectre's character?
Come to know him as Old Man Fickle. He won't give you an actual name. He's just this thin, frail half-elf. He's just this really salty trickery cleric. That's all I got so far. Still, the sheet's still getting filled in.
Yep. All right. Yep, and you guys have been promised 2,000 gold worth of gems in return for clearing out this heretical sect that has been demanding blood tribute from local villagers. She tells you where the temple that they've kind of fashioned for themselves in the hills just outside of Kakut. And so, unless you guys wish to spend some time in Kakut, getting like supplies or whatnot, you have an opportunity here. If you need to buy anything, you can buy it. But otherwise, you follow her directions. Takes you, most of the day, but still plenty of daylight left. Cobblestone path leads up to a massive set of stone doors, set into the walls of this kind of massive stone relief carved into a hill. Gothic flourishes decorate the walls. Bas reliefs of this heretical goddess, carved into the sides of it. Off in the distance, to the west, you can see the glow of the icy forges of Kakut as they burn even into the night. So yeah, what do you guys do?
How cold is it?
It is approaching freezing. This is a tundra, but it's not like it's extreme. This isn't Antarctica. This is more like, southern Alaska.
All right.
I break out my extra pair of woolen socks.
Also, I don't want to interrupt what we're doing, but apparently the whole lose HP by leveling up thing has actually been eroded.
Yeah, I know, but I don't like that. So
fair enough. It's your game. I like this. It'll be funny.
Exactly. This is being played for laughs, because who would be crazy enough to have negative con?
I will accept your challenge.
So yeah, you guys are standing in front of the location where Sister Alcava has told you of this heretical sect that she wants cleared out.
Well, let's bust down the door.
Okay.
Wait, we're there already?
Yeah. It's a one-shot. There's no overland travel. It's like, all right, here's the brief, here's the dungeon, get cracking.
Right. It's been a while since we've done one of these.
I'm sorry if you already said this. What does the place look like from the outside?
It is a massive set of stone doors set into the walls of like this massive carve-out of a hill.
That's right, you did.
Bas reliefs to the left and right of the door, kind of depicting this heretical goddess.
Oh yeah, Cardamon is getting real giddy. There's going to be all kinds of cool finds in there.
Does the door look like it can be busted down?
With a sufficient force, yes. You believe that, even stone doors could be
Now
knocked
wait.
in.
Now we can't just go busting into things. There's got to be a door, secret trap, or something. Let's not just smash through things, okay?
I don't know. Orkin and I could probably smash right through it. It'd be super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Why don't we, instead of smashing through it, at least try to, pull it open a little. Just like gently.
Orkin, do you want to try pulling it?
Actually, does it look like it opens out or in?
You can see that there are some hinges on this side of the door.
Is the door even locked?
Well, we'll only find out if we try to open it, won't we?
Alright, fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up and... okay. I'm gonna probably just try to open it, but we don't need to be smashing nothing just yet.
So who's opening the door?
I am.
Alright, so you walk up there, grab the doors, begin pulling. The stone doors grinding on the, kind of smoothed stone plinth. As you pull the doors open, you can see a darkened room beyond. You hear some puffs of air above you as needles are launched down at you, and I need a dex save.
From everyone or just him?
Just him.
Can someone roll a d20 -1?
Gilbert, would you mind doing that for him?
Oh, yes, of course. What's your dex mod?
-1.
6.
Okay. So a needle strikes you for 2 piercing damage.
I just brush it off.
Good thing that didn't get you.
And then you take 11
Stretch's
poison
character.
damage.
Oh my god!
Eh. I'm fine. Don't worry about me, guys. I then stroll on in.
Okay. Yeah, you stroll on in to this 30-foot wide vestibule. Stairs kind of leading up on the inside leading down on the inside, deeper in. In the gloom, you can see tall statues on the left and right walls portraying different aspects of this red goddess. The statue on the right depicts her as a goddess of sex and childbirth, showing an alluring temptress clearly pregnant beneath a filmy gown. The statue to the left shows a goddess as the patron of warlocks, a wicked dagger in one hand and a decanter in the other. On the far wall, 2 small archways stand to each side of a wider and taller archway, revealing 3 corridors that lead deeper into the temple. Piles of bones lie scattered between these 2 statues.
Well, Cardamom is going to start just like examining all the stuff on the walls.
Okay.
Like, I'm able to tell what civilization built this.
Make a history check.
Oh boy. Oh wait, apparently I took the archaeologist background. I believe I don't even have to roll for that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, great. Yeah, so you're kind of examining this. You can tell that the statues and the overall structure are old. I mean, I'm talking ancient. This appears to date from around the time of the Union of 28. However, the bones, the paint on these statues, and some of the smaller markings on the archways, which appear to depict droplets of blood, appear to be newer.
Fascinating.
And as you're kind of examining them, you guys hear a clacking as 4 skeletons rise out of the pile of bones. Roll initiative.
Can someone roll a d20 -1 for me?
Will do.
The stat rolls are the only good rolls I'm going to be getting
Alright.
tonight.
Let's see here. So we got Orkin at a 3 and Novitiate at a 6.
Well, Novitiate. Oh, wait. Nope. We're still waiting on Henry.
I was about to say, did I go first?
Almost. If but for Henry. Henry, yeah. So, yeah, 4 skeletons rise out of this pile of bones in the middle of the room.
Well, he is going to say, guys, we kind of got trouble here. And he is.
You cut off. What do you do?
Yep. He is going to blast one.
Okay. Roll to hit. That hits. Alright, that badly damages the skeleton, though it still remains standing.
But, so when you guys in the heavy armor, could y'all, take care of that for us, please? Sir? Please?
What?
Alright, Novitiate.
You say there are skeletons, yes?
Yes, 4 skeletons, one of which is badly damaged.
Alright. Sword in hand, I'm going to charge at him.
Uh-huh.
And I shall strike at him with my sword.
Seems reasonable. Roll to hit. You hit. Alright, and with your mighty swing, you destroy the skeleton. Bones go flying, clattering across the ground. Anything else?
What are these guys armed with?
Rusty short swords.
Alright, and is there another one nearby?
It's 5 feet away, yeah.
I will turn and try to lop its head off with my sword.
Okay. Do it. Really, you got an extra attack before level 5? Neat.
Oh, no, I don't. Old habits of having multi-attack for a while. No, I don't have an extra attack.
Okay. Alright, he looks like he's, thinking real hard about lopping that skeleton's head off. He doesn't actually do anything. Is that it for you?
He makes the menacing
Yes.
eyes at the skeleton.
Alright, that skeleton that
Yes,
you were
that's it.
visualizing lopping his head off, he's going to jump at you and try to shank you with his short sword. Is that it, you?
No, I block it with my shield.
Alright, you block with your shield. The other two go for Cardamon.
Ooh. They both hit me.
Alright, so they shank you for 9 points of piercing damage.
And
Combined.
now we needed to save
Combined.
against Blue Rot.
Alright, and Cardamon, what do? You got these 2 skeletons right up in your gills.
They're right up in my gills, you say?
Indeed.
Alright, let's see here. And there's... How many of them are there total?
There are 3 remaining.
Could I get all of them in a 15-foot cone?
Yeah.
Would I hit anyone else with that, or just them?
Novitiate would get caught in it.
That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Unless I can, is there like a location I can move to without triggering any opportunity attacks that would allow me to not hit him?
No, in order to move far enough to swing it out of hitting Henry and still hit the one by Henry, you would provoke attacks of opportunity from the two guys on you.
All right, then I just won't hit the one with Henry.
Okay, that you can do.
Right. Yeah, then I'm gonna stretch out my hand and shoot a big cone of brilliant light at these two skeletons. And they need to, let's see, what's the they need to make a dex save.
Okay.
Okay, well the 21 passed.
Alrighty.
The damage is 10 force damage.
Okay, what'd you do? I'm just curious.
So this is officially Burning Hands, but because I am an Order of Scribes wizard and I also know Magic Missile, I can change the damage type to be force.
Alright, yeah, so you kind of just smear this magical energy all over this cone, badly damaging one of the skeletons, the other looking to have avoided any impact, though. Because I believe it's safe for nothing, right?
Is it? Let me check.
Burning Hands.
No, it's safe for half.
Alright. So the other one looks like it took some damage.
Yeah. Alright, well that's it for me.
Okay, Orkin.
I head towards an injured skeleton.
Alright, you swing wide, bypassing the one in melee with Henry, and you fall upon the ones by Cardamon. Going for the one that's badly damaged or slightly damaged?
Badly damaged. I'll finish it off.
Alright, well, roll to hit then if you're attacking.
Can someone roll a d20 plus 5 for me?
Sorry.
Gilbert, would you mind doing that for him?
Sure. What's the roll again?
D20 plus 5?
23.
That will hit.
And then D8 plus 3?
10.
Alright, that skeleton is destroyed.
And then if I have movement left, I'll get in with the other skeletons.
Okay. Anything else from you?
That's it.
Alright, old man.
Alright, what do I see?
Well, you see two skeletons, one of which is slightly damaged, having risen out of this bone pile. The undamaged one is in melee with Novitiate. The other in melee with Cardamon and Orkin.
Any loose rocks around on the ground?
Rocks, not so much. Lots of little bones, though.
Anything that looks like it's got enough heft, like that it would be effective or thrown?
Yes.
We'll grab something with enough heft that would be effective with thrown and throw it at the, and then throw it at the injured skeleton.
Okay. Well, roll to hit.
I'm assuming that'll be improvised, right?
Yep.
What's the roll on that?
D20 plus your dexterity modifier, and if you're proficient with improvised weapons.
Damn it.
So you grab the skull, and you just huck it at the skeleton, bouncing it off his helmet. It gives you a dirty look, but it doesn't look like it took any damage.
Alright, and that'll be it for me.
Alright, Henry. Mister, you here? All right, Henry.
And then I'm going to blast it again.
All right. That will hit. Yep, the one fighting Novitiate is slightly damaged now. Anything else?
Negative, I'm done.
All right, Novitiate. You're in melee with a skeleton. It is menacing you with a rusty short sword.
Indeed. I shall menace him with my longsword.
I think you're doing a bit more than just menacing him. All right, yeah, he's now badly damaged.
And that shall be my turn.
All right, well, he's going to return the favor.
Yeah, but he sucks and can't hit shit. Oh my god, this keeps working. Yeah, no, he misses.
All right, he misses. The other guy's going to continue trying to shank the archaeologist who dared walked into his domain.
Nope.
He misses badly, his short sword snapping as it hits the wall behind you. He looks rather put out by this.
No, that belongs in a museum. What did you do?
Well, Cardamon, what do you do?
He's how far away from me?
In melee.
Is he bloodied?
No.
The bloodied one died, right?
The bloodied one that was in melee with you died. This one is just slightly injured.
Okay, is the one that is the other one bloodied?
No, the other one is just slightly injured.
Okay.
Sorry, this one is bloodied. This one is lightly injured. The one over by Novitiate is bloodied.
Okay, then I'm going to shoot that one. Or, no, I'm not going to shoot it. I'm going to toll the did it.
Okay. Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. That does not pass.
Indeed.
Alright, there's your damage.
And with the tolling of a bell, it falls to pieces.
Oh.
Anything else?
Nah, that's it.
Alright, Orkin, one skeleton remains.
I charge at it.
Excellent. You don't move because you're already in melee with him.
I'm kind of tempted to leave melee just to charge at it, but I won't.
No, do it. Do it for the meme.
Alright, I back up 15 feet.
Alright, well, he takes an attack of opportunity. Does a 6 hit you as he swings with the hilt of his sword at you?
No.
Alright.
I then
He's doing well with the,
charge.
Alright, you charge at him.
Swing my battle axe.
Mm-hmm. It ducks. And you miss.
I keep charging, except I hit an invisible wall, as that's 30 feet of movement.
Alright. Cranky?
I look put out.
Alright. And the old man?
Spectre?
Alright. What do I see?
One skeleton remains, slightly damaged.
I will huck another hefty object at him.
Alright. You reach down, find what looks like a rib cage and some tattered plate mail, and you throw it at him. Roll to hit. You miss.
And that will be it for me.
I just like how the old man is just throwing garbage at him.
Like half of my spells are necrotic. Which I don't think would be a good thing to throw at an undead.
Alright. Henry?
I believe I'm gonna blast him again. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Roll to hit.
I think I missed.
You miss. There's a shower of small little bone fragments as it impacts the pile of bones.
Well, shit.
Some XCOM quality aim right there. Anything else?
No, I believe I'm done.
All right, Novitiate, you are in melee. Oh no, the one that you're in melee with was toppled. There is one skeleton remaining.
I'm gonna run over and push it to the ground so that Orkin can kick its ass.
Okay, make your strength athletics check. As you attempt to bully the skeleton onto the ground.
It just fucking jujitsu's Novitiate over his shoulder.
Mm-hmm. You run. It just, does that same ducking maneuver again, but this time he just kind of grabs you by the front and then just, stands up pulling you over him. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. He's going to attempt to return the favor, except he's just going to try to punch you, Novitiate. I think he just, smacks your armor, doesn't do anything.
Yeah, just punches me in the back of the helmet.
All right. Cardamon?
How far away is this guy? Actually,
he's in melee with you.
Doesn't matter. I'm gonna toll the dead.
Okay.
That does not pass.
Indeed.
And he's bloodied, right?
No, he's slightly injured.
Really? Okay. Alright, there you go.
Toll the Dead's a D12 if it has anything less than full hit points, right?
Oh, yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah. You should roll a D12.
There we go.
All right. It falls to pieces. Skeletons are destroyed. You guys are out of initiative.
I must have been thinking of something else, because I know there is something that only triggers if it's below half. Oh well.
All right. So there are 3 archways, a small one to the left, a small one to the right, and a big one down the center. And this pile of bones.
I think we should head left. Hello?
I hear you, but just...
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go then.
All right, you guys head through the left archway, leading down a 5-foot wide corridor, angling off to the west. Well, to the northwest. It goes about 20 feet before opening slightly up into a small chamber. While there are no creatures, here you can see that the floor is stained a rusty red color. A passageway leads out of here due west, and a wooden door is closed to the south.
Well, do you guys think we should use subtlety or just walk through the door?
I think we should use subtlety.
All right, then. Well, I certainly shouldn't go do it then. Cardamon, would you be our guest?
Sure.
Step up.
And what are you doing, Cardamon?
I'm gonna go inside.
Okay.
Stealthily.
All right.
Okay, it's that.
Okay. So go ahead and make a stealth check as you try to quietly open the door. The door swings open on silent hinges, revealing a dark, dank chamber beyond. In the western edge of this room, you can see a straw pallet on the floor. To the east, a bucket that reeks of refuse.
Is there anybody on the pallet?
What's your passive perception?
Not good. I think it's like 10. Yeah, it's 10.
Okay. You can see on the pallet 2 slight depressions.
Alright, I'm gonna return back to the other room. So yeah, there's I think there was someone living in here. I don't know if they're there right now.
Okay. And as you turn back to the party to tell them that, you hear the sounds of bare feet slapping on stone running towards you from behind, from that pallet.
We'll hold that thought. There's somebody coming.
So you turn to face it. And I think at this point we should roll initiative again.
Hmm.
My dex hates me.
Aaron?
Nah, you're a paladin. We will always roll low in an ish, no matter how high your dex is. It was very rare that Gilbert ever rolled above a 10.
I also still failed the dex saving throw.
Yeah, it checks out too.
As is tradition. All right, well, Cardamon, so yeah, you can hear this thing charging at you.
I'm not on there.
Did you roll?
Yeah. 3.
Yeah, you're right there. You're right after DM 11.
Oh. Wow, somehow I completely missed my own name. God damn.
I kind of
Ignore
butchered
me.
it, but... Alright, so yeah, Cardamon, what do you do?
So, do I not see anything?
You do not see anything, but you heard the footsteps coming towards you.
1 second. I'm going to instantaneously ritual cast Detect Magic.
Okay, you cast Detect Magic. There is illusion magic in front of you.
Alright, I'm going to point out the location of the invisible person.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, I think that was my action. So that's it.
Okay.
Oh, and I guess they're not in melee with me yet, are they?
They are.
Ah, shit. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything, though.
All right. Old man.
Who the hell are you calling old man?
What do I see?
Nothing. You heard some feet slapping on stone. You heard Cardamon turn and point out that there's something invisible in front of him.
Where am I in relation to this door? Like, can I see through the door?
Yes, the door is open. You can see Cardamon like 5 feet into the other side as he was kind of entering this room to investigate it. You can see the area he was indicating.
What can I see in the area he was indicating?
Empty floor.
How far away is the empty floor?
10 feet from you.
I will cast the light cantrip on the empty floor. Can I do that?
The light cantrip on the... You can target the flagstone, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that then.
Alright. The flagstone starts glowing, a bright light.
Do I see anything?
No.
Okay, that's it for me.
Mm-hmm. Cardamon, you do hear some hissing, like if you've ever like turned a bright light on after being in darkness for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, someone's making that noise right in front of you. All right, and then Cardamon, do you happen to have the alert feat?
No.
Well, as this figure fades into visibility, he tries to punch you right in the face.
If I can see their location due to detect magic, does that allow them to do this?
Yes. It does
Fair
not.
enough.
It does not act. It is not that precise. It is a fuzzy
Yeah.
aura.
All right.
Does an 18 hit you?
That does indeed hit me.
So this green figure with long arms and a mossy beard punches you right in the chest for 17 bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
He then rears back and attempts to punch you again.
It's too late. I'm already unconscious.
Okay.
I mean, he can still punch me, but I'm unconscious now.
No, he's just going to lift up a foot and try to curb stomp you.
All right.
Does a
That
17
hits.
hit your armor? $16 points of bludgeoning damage on the automatic critical. What's your max HP?
It's more than 16.
Okay, so you're not dead. You just take 2 failed death saves.
Yep.
All right. Novitiate. By the way, this is what he looks like, the guy you're fighting. So, Gilbert, you here? Well, this is bad if Gilbert's not here. Novitiate dodges. Orcon.
Well, I go forward and I stand in front of it.
Uh-huh. It looks at you with a scowl and some pointy, rotten teeth.
On my way, I stumble over Cardamon and use my action to give him 1 hit point.
Okay. Cardamon, you are on the ground with 1 hit point. And a level of exhaustion.
All right.
I then point at it and say, "Face me and die!"
All right. Anything else?
Well, I used my action to give him 1 hit point.
Just checking. All right. Cardamon.
All right. Well, let's see. I've got a hit point now.
Yep.
Let's see. What should I do to this guy? Oh, I know what I'll do. 3. Let's see. I guess I'll have to get back up. So we'll do that.
Okay.
And then when I get up, 3 more of me also get back up.
Ah.
Yes. That's my action.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to risk it and try to run my remaining movement away.
Okay.
Back to the party.
All right, yeah, you try to run away. He is going to take his attack of opportunity.
Yep. Oh, let me make my roll. I have to remember how to do that.
Make your roll. I don't understand.
I get to roll a d20 to determine if they hit me or one of my colleagues.
Ah, yes, that's right. Yep. Yeah, it's just a flat d20. I think with 3 images, it's if you roll...
Yeah, 6 or higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
All right, so one of your images disappears as he wallops it.
It sure does. Oh, well, that's my turn.
All right, old man. You see this hideous green figure.
Is the hideous green figure humanoid?
Make an Arcana check. It's humanoid in the sense that it has 2 legs and 2 arms and a head, but you mean the creature type, and so for that you need an Arcana check.
God damn it.
You know it's not humanoid, but you're not quite sure what it would be. It could be monster. It could be monstrous. Could be an aberration. Could be fey. Something like that.
Okay. In that case, I am going to slap it with a guiding bolt.
Okay. Roll to hit.
1 second while I work that out. Damn it. Oh wait, I did that in the wrong order. I'm a dumbass. Hold on a moment. Sorry, it's been a while.
No worries. But you do need to roll to hit first.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm so dumbass. 1 sec.
All right, well, you hit him. And you hit him for that 14 radiant as he starts glowing with it. He is injured.
Okay. And, let me see. I can't use a bonus action to cast 2 slotted spells in 1 turn, can I?
No, you cannot.
Okay. In that case, yeah, that is it for me.
Alrighty. This guy is going to take Orkin up on his offer and is going to attempt to punch Orkin.
Huzzah! Finally, my AC is being targeted.
Does a 16 hit you?
No, it does not.
Alright, he rears back and tries again. And also ineffective. Novitiate. Gilbert, here. Novitiate continues to dodge. Orkin.
Well, I'll attack him with my battle axe.
Alright.
And I have a guide.
Yes,
a
you
guiding
do.
bolt.
Your first attack is at advantage. And you hit him. Alright, you smash your axe into him. He looks a little more injured.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
No worries. Well, not for me anyway. Yeah, so yeah, he is slightly more injured. Anything else?
Bonus action to laugh at him.
He looks incredibly angry at you for that. Cardamon.
Alright, let me see here. You know what? I'm gonna try and make sure that that he thinks this is funny too, by casting Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
All right, cast it on.
I'm sitting there wondering why I ain't had a chance to go. Hell, I'm not even on the initiative. It didn't roll earlier. Son of a bitch.
Well, he finds this fucking hilarious that Henry's just been kind of standing there eating an apple this whole time.
Well, there you go.
I mean, well, there I am at 10 now, so, yeah.
All right.
I rolled way back then, but I hit the wrong button. It never rolled. I'll be damn. That sucks.
So it goes. All right, Cardamon. So yeah, you cast your spell. He falls over laughing. This is the most hilarious thing. Also, his laughter is like that high-pitched, like squealing laughter you would associate with a pig farm.
Ooh.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, old man. Spectre.
Sorry, okay. I'm gonna hit him with a... does he look like he's undead at all?
No, he does not look like he's undead.
I'm gonna hit him with a Toll the Dead.
Okay.
So he has to make a save at DC of 15.
Well, unfortunately, he passes.
Okay. 1 second. And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna Healing Word Pete's character.
Ooh.
So that's gonna be... Okay, how does this work exactly? Spellcasting ability modifier?
Yeah, it's a good D8 plus your ability mod.
Yeah.
Is that like the attack modifier?
No, it's just your wisdom modifier if you're a cleric.
Oh, okay. Oh shit, I rolled low on that last attack too. It's actually a +7, not +5. So it's gonna be...
Well, the damage from...
4 +5.
Sorry. For healing, it's just your wisdom modifier. For the attack bonus, is that to hit for your guiding bolt, and so that was correct what you did. All right. Well, whoever you healed gets 6 hit points. I forgot who you said you were healing.
It was me.
Pete's character, since he's sitting at an entire 1 hit point.
All right. Yeah, you heal Cardamon. Anything else?
And that'll be it.
All right. He will spend his turn rolling on the floor laughing. It sounds absolutely hideous.
Is he going to remake his save?
He does get to remake his save.
Which he succeeds.
Yes, the laughter has stopped. Henry, it is your turn. Mister?
Finally, my turn! Yay!
Yeah, you finished your apple.
Alright, cool. I'm going to smile at the guy and then blast.
Alright. If you're making a ranged attack on a prone guy, you're at disadvantage.
Oh, he's prone?
Yeah, he fell over when he was laughing.
How is everyone doing?
I almost died. I'm doing a little better.
So you're almost dead? You need health? I can
Well,
heal
no.
you. Alright, I think I will just walk over and cast Cure the Wounds on the on what's his name? Healing him for
Hey, I'm not bloodied anymore.
10 points of 10 points. And I am done.
Okay. No vitiate.
Indeed. Alright, so we got this weird goblin-looking thing.
Yep.
I take my sword, and I stab him with it.
Alright, you run up into melee with him and start trying to stab him. You have advantage because he is prone. You cannot get through his thick hide.
Good God, that's thick hide. That'll be my turn.
Okay, Orkin.
Bro, is there a lion in your area?
Blunder?
Oh,
Yeah.
it sounded like the MGM thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna just hit him with a battle axe.
Alright, you have advantage. He is still prone. That is a good, solid hit. Roll damage. Alright, take some more chunks out of him. Still looking just injured. Anything else?
No.
Alright, Cardamon.
Alright, I'm just gonna toll the dead this guy.
Okay. Well, looks like he's going to eat it.
Yep.
His wounds get slightly worse.
Cool. That'll be it.
Alright, old man.
Can I hit him with another Toll the Dead?
Absolutely. Think that fails. Alright, that bloodies him. Anything else?
Let me check. Nope, that's it.
Alright. He will stand up. He will punch the orc with the battle axe.
Oh no.
Does a 14 hit the orc?
I will be right back.
The 14 misses the half orc.
Alright, he then tries to backhand the guy with the stubby sword. And misses that as well.
Who's the guy with the stubby sword?
You.
Ah.
Alright, that's all for him. Did Mr. just say he would be right back?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, he dodges. No vitiate.
I'm going to take my sword and take another mighty swing at this guy.
Alright, roll to hit. You hit.
How fucked up does he look?
He is barely bloodied.
Smite!
Okay. Normal smite damage. He's looking a little worse for wear.
That's it.
Okay, Orkin.
Battle
All right,
axe.
I'm back.
Rolled it. He dodges.
Yeah, I was aiming too low. Just like got up, and I just still hit him as if he was prone.
You went for his legs. He took a step back.
Yeah. But then I say, hey, you can't hit the broadside of a barn, so I don't have to worry about hitting you that often either.
Mm.
He looks rather upset with you. Really, really upset. All right. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. Cardamom.
I'm gonna Toll the Dead again.
Okay.
That passes.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
Old man.
Alrighty. So he still looks just barely bloodied, right?
Correct.
I will hit him with another guiding bolt.
All right. Roll to hit. That hits. All right. Yeah, you splash some radiant damage on him. He starts glowing. He's not a happy camper. Anything else?
That'll be it.
All right. Well, in his rage, he's going to attempt to push Orkin to the ground. Orkin, you can defend yourself with athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, man, I definitely want acrobatics.
Yeah, somersault out of there.
He pushes you to the ground and then tries to stomp on you.
I was caught off guard.
He's not nearly pretty enough for us to be okay with that.
Well, it looks like your armor is doing overtime.
I mean, I haven't even needed to, use my shield yet.
Yeah, he's just banging on you like you're just some old trash can. Doesn't hurt or anything. It's just real loud. Henry. Mister, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Your
I
turn.
forgot my character's name was Henry. I guess I'm going to blast him again. Is he still standing now?
He is still standing.
I'm going to blast him.
Okay. Roll to hit. You have advantage. You hit. All right, yeah. Take some more chunks out of him. A little bit more bloody. Anything else?
How's everybody doing? The one that just got hit? The one that's laying on the ground?
I mean, I'm 27 out of 40, so I'm alright.
Okay, you're not even bloody yet? Okay, good. Alright. Alright. Then I am going to be done, I believe. Yeah, I believe I'm done.
Okay. Novitiate.
And you say he's barely bloodied?
No, he's into bloodied now. Like he's fully bloodied.
Okay. I'll just take another stab at him. Try to run through the kidney.
All right. Well, that is a juicy spot. You hit. He's starting to look pretty rough. Anything else?
No.
Orkin, he is still banging on your armor ineffectually.
I'd like to try and stand up.
Yeah, you can stand up. He didn't grapple you, he just pushed you down.
And then I'd like to be... Well, I'll swing at him and we'll see how effectual I am.
I would say very effectual.
I guess, well, I mean, I got to tack on a smite.
You know what to do.
The smite was,
If it's a first level slot, it is a extra 2d8 normally. Since it's a crit, 4d8. It does get doubled on a crit.
thanks.
Alright, yeah, so the mighty heft of your battle axe, a flash of radiant light, the headless corpse of this monster falls to the ground. You guys are out of initiative.
Oh, that was supposed to be
Alright.
38. Because I have Savage attach as a half-orc, so 2 more damage.
Okay. You've already
cut his head off.
beheaded him.
Even better. It's even better.
Indeed. Alright, so yeah.
Well, that was fun. Can't wait to kill more.
Indeed. I'm surprised. I thought this would have been more dangerous.
Yeah, I only almost
He
died.
says before we all die.
I mean, seriously, like, a little needle is more dangerous than this guy.
I know, right? I thought when he was stomping on you there for a second, he was going to cave in your chest plate, but nope, just didn't do anything.
Didn't even feel it, really. He was like a child throwing a tantrum.
Well,
So what? You fell because you stepped on a Lego or something?
Yeah,
What is
I
this
just
Lego you
overbalanced,
speak
took
of?
advantage.
what is this Lego you speak of?
They're a toy created by dwarves and gnomes in order to teach children proper architecture. They also hurt like hell, like a caltrop if you step on them.
Alright, so what do you guys do?
I'd like to loot his body.
Alright. Make an investigation check as you begin searching this body. All right, you pat him down and kind of pat down the straw pallet that it looked like he was sleeping on. You find an empty vial, or sorry, an empty flask. A strong metallic scent coming from within.
Cardamon, can you identify this?
What, you mean the pallet? Yeah, sure. It's a big mat made out of straw, usually for sleeping on. This one appears to be in very poor condition.
No, smartass. This flask of substance.
Does it look like anything that I would know what it is?
Make an investigation check.
All right.
All right, this is a plain copper flask that, though empty from the smell and the residue, used to contain blood.
Yeah, it's blood.
Unfortunate.
It certainly tracks.
So you got this room with this pallet and this dead monster in it. The main room you're in, you've got the hallway that led back to the entrance, and another hallway leading off to the west.
All right, I am back.
Well, where do you guys think we should go?
Well, that way looks as good as any, and then I point to a random direction that leads somewhere that we haven't been.
So you're going down the west hallway?
Yes, we go down the west hallway.
All right, you go down the west hallway. It goes approximately 15 feet, turning north. And alcoves line this north-going passage, which goes about 60 feet to the north. All but one of these recessed spaces, you can see, contain a large stone urn. Their tops covered by a heavy stone lid.
I'm going to look down that north corridor and I'm going to cast Find Traps.
Oh, neat. Okay, find traps.
The hallway lights up, revealing all of the death traps.
Well, the specific wording of it matters.
Sense the presence of any trap within line of sight, not the exact location, but the general nature of the trap.
Yeah. So there is another dart trap within range.
I relay this information to the party.
My guess is it's probably related to the Underdark Treasure door at the end of the hall, right?
Nope. If you kind of move forward a little bit, you can see that it turns to the west again at the end. So it goes north and then west.
Have actually stepped into the hallway.
It was 60 feet. It's 60 feet long, so if you just shift a little bit past the corner, you would see that it starts to turn to the west at the end. You're not in front of any of the alcoves at that point, but the alcoves are spaced 5 feet apart along this hallway. So it's
All right.
you'd go 5 feet into the hallway, first alcove, 10 feet, second alcove, 15 feet, third alcoves, etc., etc.
Novitiate will walk up to the first alcove and then army crawl across the floor in front of it.
Okay. You walk up to just stopping in front of these alcoves, this first set of alcoves.
Gonna duck back around the corner into cover.
Okay, you duck back around. Novitiate, you can smell a faint metallic tinge that just kind of hangs in the air as you kind of duck down and begin crawling. You notice there are strange symbols decorating these urns on either side of you. And you crawl under them past the first set of urns.
I'm going to stand up and tell the rest of the party there are urns in these alcoves. They smell metallic, like blood.
Based on my analytical skills, I think those urns may have or have had blood in them.
It is something interesting that you notice, Novitiate, is that the next set of alcoves directly in front of you, there's an urn to the left, but no urn in the right alcove. The other alcoves ahead of you, and there's 2 more sets of alcoves past this one, so 3 total in front of you. They have urns in both sets of alcoves, left and right.
All right, I'm going to crawl past this next alcove, the one that's asymmetrical.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys see Novitiate kind of go prone, start inching his way past this urn. Again, you notice, Novitiate, that there are these, symbols decorating each urn. And as you're passing in front of this urn, you hear kind of the sound of like a ceramic lid kind of wobbling as thick red viscous fluid starts pouring forth towards you. Roll initiative.
Jesus Christ, we low roll. Roll low.
Is Mister going to join in on this combat on time?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I was busy.
I'm sure.
Do we need initiative?
Yep. Something came out of an urn and it's attacking Novitiate as he was
God.
going down this hallway.
Didn't I tell y'all to be careful?
There
We're
we go.
fighting all kinds of things. Oh, no.
Oh, it's supposed to be a GIF. Damn it.
All right. Well, so this guy. Well, this guy comes down on you, Novitiate.
There we go.
Does a 23 hit you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't he have the power of plot to make that miss?
No.
No, I didn't, as a player, use cutting words before the dice was rolled, so.
First you take 9 bludgeoning damage.
Uh-huh.
It then begins drinking your blood to the tune of 23 points of necrotic damage.
Wow.
This sludgy, blood-looking ooze just looks plumped up as a result of sucking on its novitiate lozenge.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't know Hayes was going to be joining us.
Ah, yes. Novitiate is now bleeding out. That is exactly enough. 32 points of damage.
Damn. All right.
You know, this is only right. I said I was surprised we're not dead yet, and I get taken out in one hit.
All right. Old man. You hear, the sounds of something horrible happening to Novitiate down the hallway from around the corner.
Gonna poke my head around. What do I see?
You see this amorphous, bloody ooze that's just sucking on this unconscious Novitiate lozenge that was conveniently placed right in front of him.
Alright, I am going to cast Healing Word on the lozenge.
Okay. I believe that's a D4 plus your wisdom mod.
That is not correct, because the plus did not register.
Happens to the best of us.
There we go.
All right.
All right.
You wake up with 9 hit points being sucked on by this, blood ooze.
Oh my god.
I want to say ew.
And then it's going to eat me.
Okay. Anything else, old man?
That'll be it.
Okay. Cardamom.
Alright, how far away is this blood ooze?
15 feet past the first set of urns. So 50 feet from your position, it is past the first set of urns.
Alright, I'm going to wave my hand and summon a big warping ball of compressed air. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to bump it into the big blood ooze thing.
Okay.
Which is also pretty loud, I imagine.
Mm-hmm. So you guys hear, like, have you ever been next to a helipad when a helicopter is landing without hearing protection? Because that's what this sounds like.
Oh, just like... No, well, I don't know.
Oh god, my poor ears.
You could see, think like Jurassic Park, you can see ripples in this blood ooze from the sonic vibrations of this thing. And I believe it has to make a saving throw of some kind.
It does. I took its dex.
Oh my
That does
god.
not pass. Yeah, I picked the right kind of save.
I mean, I don't even think it moved. It thought about moving. It pretended to move, but it didn't actually
Alright,
move.
that's 13 thunder damage.
Okay.
This is just reflavored flaming sphere, if you're curious.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
But it's awesome. Yeah, and so, you kind of do it. You can see blood splashing all over the walls, the floor, the ceiling. It's down to about its original size.
Oh.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, Henry.
Trying to shoot something.
All right, you lean around the corner. You see the bloody ooze. That hits. Okay.
That's force damage.
Yep. Yeah, you blast him. He gets a little bit smaller. Anything else?
And, I'm gonna move back around the corner out of the way.
Okay. Working.
Back into cover.
Say again?
How far is this?
15 feet past the first set of urns.
And so I'm 15 feet from it?
Yeah, sorry. Two statements there. You are 15 feet from it. That happens to be past the first set of urns and is directly in front of that second set. This came out of the second urn.
Well, don't mess with the classics. I'll charge at it and make sure to avoid the trap and hit it with a battle axe.
Okay, so you run forward, take a little leap over the tile in front of the first two urns, and you come and swing at it with your battle axe. You hit. Alright, your battle axe digs into it. Another line of blood flowing as you feel a tug like on your inside. And I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw from you.
What tug?
It's for half. Just give me one.
Darn it.
Alright, and so you have this and only take 6 points of necrotic damage. As you feel a tug on your very blood, you see little droplets of it fly through the air into it.
That's not fair. It shouldn't get heal from my attack.
This did not appear to heal it. Anything else?
That's it.
Alright. Novitiate. You are prone and being sucked on by this guy.
But I'm not dead, and that's what matters.
Indeed.
Yeah, I kind of wish I was prone and getting sucked on.
Well, if there are massage powers for that, you don't go to a dungeon for that type of thing.
Maybe you don't.
Fair enough.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to be casting this to protect myself from the party or from this evil pile of blood, but I'm going to protect myself from evil.
Okay.
With the eponymous spell, Protection from Evil.
Okay. Remind me, what creature types does that protect you against?
Aberration, Celestial, Elemental, Fey, Fiend, and Undead. Basically, if it's not a giant, a dragon, or a human.
Okay.
Oh, right, or a dog.
Ask your doctor if protection from evil is right for you.
Anything else on your turn?
Let's see. That's my action.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm going to be helpful that my paladin immunity to disease has avoided me from getting, hepatitis or HIV from this pile.
Okay. To be clear, are you not standing up?
Oh, yeah, no, fuck that. I'm standing up.
Okay. Figured I'd ask. And so that's it for you.
Thank you for asking, because I forgot I was prone.
I figured you
All
would.
right.
All right. Well, it's going to continue trying to suck on you, because you taste good.
I believe it also starts its turn in the sound bubble.
It does. Does it have to make another save at the start of its turn for that?
It
or if it
does.
ends its turn in that?
The sound bubble.
Oh, you're right. I think it does have to end its turn there, correct?
Yep. So it tries to suck on its favorite lozenge. Does a 24 hit Novitiate?
Well, I mean, maybe, but he's supposed to be at disadvantage.
No. Protection from good and evil does not protect you from oozes.
Ah, fuck. Yeah, that hits.
All right. So that is another 5 bludgeoning. And
God,
14 necrotic.
It deals bludgeoning damage.
Yes. You
I
notice
take 1 point of psychic damage.
Yeah. It looks bigger as a result of sucking on its favorite lozenge. By the way, is Novitiate unconscious?
Yes.
Okay. It is then going to move back so it does not sit in this really loud sphere. This will provoke an attack of opportunity from Orkin. You hit.
I was not expecting to hit with that.
It's a big, slow-moving ooze. It is not hard to hit. All right, so you whack it with your battle axe. You feel another tug in your blood.
Oh,
and you
yeah,
need
forgot.
a con save.
Oh no. I mean, he's very constitutionally.
You take 6 points of necrotic damage, having that, having the 12, so 6.
Ouchie.
All right. Do you have the Sentinel feat by any chance?
No.
All right, so it backs up. Let's see, you can move 10 feet backing up, dragging the unconscious novitiate with it. Putting it in front of the third set of urns. Old man.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Aid.
What's
3
the
creatures, 30 feet.
Okay.
3 creatures gain 5+5 / current spell level, current HP, and HP max for the duration, so 10. And it's going to be Gilbert's character, myself, and Pete's character.
Okay. So, novitiate, you wake up. You have... You said you're casting this at 3rd level?
No, just the 2nd level.
Alright, so you have 5 hit points, novitiate.
Oh, we all get 5?
Yep, you gain a +5 to your current and maximum.
Oh, whoops, yeah, I misread that, my bad.
I live!
You are awake, being dragged by this bloody ooze. You are not grappled. It was treating you as an object because you were unconscious.
Oh, good to know. That's how that works.
For this monster, that's how this works.
Ah.
All right. Anything else, old man?
That's it.
All right. Cardamon.
Alright. How far away did you say it was?
It had backed up 10 feet from its old position, so from the corner it is 25 feet away.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna toll the dead. So that is a
Okay.
wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
No.
Indeed.
Alright, that's 8 necrotic damage, and then it needs to make a dex save as I bump it with the sound orb.
All right. You boink it with the sound bubble.
That also doesn't pass.
Indeed.
7 thunder damage.
Okay. You ripple it.
And that's it.
All right. Henry. Mister, are you present? Henry dodges. Orkin.
I raise up my battle axe, moving forward 10 feet, and then I pick up my friend and walk backwards 20 feet.
All right. Novitiate, you are awake. Are you resisting his grapple to grab you?
Let me think about that for a second. No.
Okay. So you grab him. When you grab someone, you can only move at half speed, Orkin, so you'll only be able to back up 10 feet.
Is it an action to grab?
It is an action to grapple him.
Okay.
So you're still backing up?
Yes.
Alright, you back up. This will provoke an attack of opportunity from the ooze. Does a 15 hit you, Orkin?
Nope.
Alright, you get clear before it starts sucking on you. Alright. Anything else on your turn?
That's it.
Alright, Novitiate. You are prone on the ground and grappled by Orkin, 10 feet away from this ooze. What do you do?
Oh, there we go.
Gilbert, you here?
Yes, I'm here.
It's your turn.
Yes. Sorry, I accidentally pulled my headphones out of the jack. Okay.
Yeah, you're prone on the ground. You've been grappled by Orkin and dragged 10 feet away from the ooze. You are back in front of the urn that this guy came out of and the empty alcove.
All right. Well then, let's see. I shall glance over upon my spell list. And I shall cast... Shield of Faith on Orkin. I'll just, kind of clap him on the shoulder and be like, "Go get him!" And let's see, that's my bonus action. For my action, I guess I'll throw a javelin at this guy.
Alright, if you're throwing from prone, you'll be at disadvantage.
Oh, I'd like to stand up.
Does Orkin allow you to stand up as he's currently grappling you?
Yes.
Okay. This ends the grapple. Alright, so you stand up and you fling the javelin at him. You hit. Alright, your javelin sinks into him, drawing some blood from the blood ooze. Anything else?
And yeah, I'm gonna back up 15 more feet.
Okay.
I gave Orkin that Shield of Faith for +2 AC, and hope he's gonna use it well.
Yep, you back up, walking in front of those two urns that you crawled under before. There does not appear to be any reaction when you do so.
And I bet I know why.
This guy is going to slide forward and try to suck on Orkin. It fails. Old man.
Nothing can get through my armor.
Right? We know who got the plot armor this session.
Alright, what do I see?
Alright, look around the corner. You see Orkin facing off with his blood ooze in melee. It's about 15 feet away from you.
Does the blood ooze look bloodied?
It looks injured.
Okay, I am gonna do... Let me read how this thing works. Okay, I am gonna cast Spiritual Weapon,
Okay.
creating a floating spectral weapon next to it.
Mm-hmm.
And as part of casting that spell, I will make a melee spell attack against the creature within 5 feet of the weapon.
Indeed. What kind of weapon does it... What shape of a weapon does it take?
I don't know, it's a good shape for a trickster cleric.
Probably like a flail. Something that'd be hard to predict.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Alright, your magic flail swings down, hits it. Roll damage.
You sure that was what you meant to post?
What the fuck is that?
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm loving this image, but I don't really see how it's relevant here.
Yeah, that's really random.
No, you said, what does it look like when you summon?
It's not
the
even a
fucking
weapon, though.
Okay, and
So, spell damage.
1 second to figure out what that is. Casting ability mod, cast D8 plus 5. These fucking low rolls, man.
Yeah.
And
All right.
then I'm going to bonus action.
That was a bonus action. Isn't it?
It was.
Isn't spiritual weapon a bonus action?
Spiritual weapon's an action. You can cast as it's a bonus. You can cast a bonus action as an action.
No.
You have one
Okay.
action and one bonus action. They are separate things.
Okay, then that's just gonna yeah, that's gonna be it for me then.
Okay. Cardamon.
Am I getting skipped again? What is going
No,
on?
you're not. You're after Cardamon. Cardamon.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't.
Oh, there it is.
I might have forgot, but did it end its turn in the sound bubble, or did it move?
No, it moved past it.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna ram it with the thing again then.
Okay.
That is another dex save. That does not pass.
No. No, it doesn't.
Alright, it's 11 thunder.
Hey, that bloodies it.
Oh, finally. Can you bloody something that's made of blood?
Apparently.
Alright, well then I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead.
Okay.
That doesn't pass either. Two necrotic.
Okay. Yep, takes a little bit more damage. Anything else?
Nope.
Henry.
I believe I'm on blast.
Alright, roll to hit. That hits. Alright, well, you singe it. Anything else?
How's the rest of the party doing? Like, the Cardamon or what is the names of the characters? Fuck, I can't see.
Well, I think Novitiate's probably looking pretty rough with his 5 hit points.
Oh, he is? Okay. Yeah, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bonus action cast Healing Light and heal.
Okay. Doesn't... No, sorry, I was... Hey, Gilbert, did you mark down that Novitiate has 2 levels of exhaustion?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm at half movement speed.
Just making sure, because I didn't explicitly say it.
All good. I'll always remember, because I one day hope to die from 6 levels of exhaustion.
For 14 points of healing.
Alright, Novitiate.
To
you heal for
Novitiate.
14.
Oh boy, that leaves me with 21 points.
What?
I have 21
So
points.
full?
No, I currently have 21 points because I had 5 and you
Oh.
gave me 14.
That would give you 19.
Oh.
Isn't that 19?
Yeah, I knew something was odd.
Why is my
21?
brain not working tonight?
I don't know.
It's 21.
That's okay.
I think it's
Alright.
switching from DM mode to player mode. I think I shut down too many neurons.
All right. Anything else, Henry? All right. Orkin.
So, Orkin is tired of hurting himself because that thing is dealing more damage to him than he's dealing it to it. So he's going to disengage and move back 30 feet because we can kite this slow thing.
Okay.
He's also going to avoid the trap.
All right. Yeah, you hop over that space, push past Novitiate, go around the corner. Anything else?
I'll wave to Novitiate and say, come on, we'll just keep kiting it and throwing javelins.
All right. Novitiate.
I grin and pull out my javelin.
Okay.
And then I throw the javelin at this damn ooze.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You hit.
He takes 7 points of just die already. Oh, and remember, Orkin, you still have that +2.
All right. Well, it's starting to look fairly rough, but it is still alive. A couple of javelins sticking out of it.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Its turn. It is going to move forward into melee with you, Novitiate. And it is...
Legasp?
You didn't back up,
It didn't back up.
so it's going to
Indeed.
start attempting to suck on you.
But he sucks and is dumb and can't hit shit.
Indeed.
Wow, that works every time!
Oh.
He gets your foot slightly wet. Oh,
You were
man.
just bullying.
I'm
The
guessing it
damn
moved out of
monster.
the sound sphere.
Yeah, he moved 15 feet away from it.
All right.
Old man. Spectre.
Sorry. What do I see?
You look around the corner and you realize you're looking at the back of Novitiate and the blood ooze is right fucking there. It is 10 feet away from you.
I am going to bonus action move the flail closer to it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it within range?
Yes,
I will hit it with the flail.
indeed. That hits.
Again?
Yeah, apparently.
Alright, and then I'm going to back off about 20 feet.
Okay. You back off 20 feet, going back to where the corridor first entered the room here.
That'll be it for me.
Okay, Cardamon.
All right. Same deal as before. I'm gonna slam him with the thunder bubble.
All
So
right.
that's another. Yeah.
The Thunderdome moves forward and whacks him.
Oh, God damn it! Why didn't I call it that?
Do we have a whole... That would have been a neat whole party of paladins. The Holy Crusade.
No, that's where you just get the clerics and bring in the amen.
Yeah. Oh, that's it right there. No, that does not pass.
I didn't think it did. I was waiting for the damage.
Oh, the
I mean, it
amen.
almost passes. My DC is only 14.
Oh, damn. All right. So,
Oh, wait, no, shit, I'm wrong. It's actually only 12. It does pass.
oh, okay. So it takes what, half
Oh,
of that?
that's funny. That was good. That was a good one, Gilbert. That was good.
All right.
Leave
Yeah,
that in
you
my
boink it.
core.
It puts this guy on the verge of death.
Ooh, alright, I'm gonna toll the dead. That does not pass.
Indeed. Roll damage.
6 necrotic.
And it collapses into this gelatinous sludge coating the floor in front of you, Novitiate. You guys are out of initiative.
You guys are out of
I mean-
initiative.
Yeah, did you almost say you guys are out of novitiate?
Yes, I almost said
We're out of initiative.
I mean, so far this has been surprisingly easy.
I don't
Did
know,
not
I mean,
expect it to be. I mean,
a couple of us
our
almost
3
died.
encounters have been. Well, I mean,
I mean, it's definitely not my one-shot lethality where everyone dies in a horrific blender of insane damage.
No,
yeah,
it's-
I mean,
it's
Under has a habit of setting us up. We think we're doing good, then he snatches the rug out from under us and watches us dangle for a
It
bit.
hasn't happened.
You mean it sounds like Under has a habit of letting us bleed out?
Yes, usually.
No. Bleed out the blood ooze. I gotta be honest, I'm really tired. Both actually, and I have 2 levels of exhaustion. So what do we do?
We press on until
Yes.
all of the evil.
We continue
Agreed.
to move.
Actually, wait, should we take a short rest?
Rest when we are dead.
Okay.
So what do you guys do?
No, we can take a short rest. We can short rest. Hell, a couple of us got so much exhaustion we can long rest.
Just you.
Right?
I didn't mean you.
No, I'm not. I'm not even got him. Hell, I ain't even been hit yet.
I'm not talking about you.
But our paladin up there in the front is kind of quaking a little bit.
Yes.
So what are we doing?
So, was the hallway a dead end, or does it continue?
It looks like it continues past all the alcoves with the urns.
Should we continue down this hallway?
I mean, I think we should take an hour nap and then continue down the hallway.
Yeah, let's take a break and chill for a bit.
Or do you think we should adventure a little farther and then take a little break?
Well, I mean, is this a safe spot for a break?
Safe spot.
So the room you're currently in is a 10 by 15 room. Corridor leading to the southeast, leading towards the entrance. Corridor to the west, leading to that northern hallway that the ooze came out of. That open door to the south led to the room where you fought the, gremlin-looking guy.
If we're going to take a rest, we should rest in the room with the least number of doors. And see if we can fortify it.
That seems reasonable to me.
Alright, so you guys go into the dead-end room that held the gremlin before. The wooden door remaining open.
I close the door.
Alright, you close the door.
Is there anything other than that, like...
The straw pallet and the chamber pot? Nope.
I sit against the door.
Okay. And you guys are taking a short rest?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Orkin, what's your passive perception?
11.
Okay. So you guys are sitting in this stone room, resting. About 40 minutes of your hour go by. And Orkin, you've been hearing heavy footfalls come from the room and hallway behind you. Kind of like a thump, thump, splat, splat, splat,
Oh,
splat,
shit.
splat. And it kind of, you can hear it coming from the west and getting closer to the door. Splat, splat, splat. And it continues on to the east, going further away. Splat, splat, just fading off into the distance.
I'm gonna use the bathroom.
There's a chamber pot in the room.
No, I mean, I'm using the bathroom. I'll be back in a moment.
But assuming you guys don't do anything else, your short rest has no other issues, and you have completed it. All right. So, what do you guys do?
We look away while our party members using the chamber pot.
Yep. Your party member is currently befouling the pot.
Okay. Well. This is awkward. Didn't you say you heard something there? Didn't somebody say they heard something? Or is the one using the chamber pot the one that heard something?
That was Orkin that heard that.
What did you hear?
Some thing passed by 20 minutes ago.
Thing? What kind of thing?
A thing that goes splat, splat, splat as it walks.
Well,
I'm back.
All right, your short rest was successful.
Back at max.
moving on.
So you guys are opening the door?
Indeed.
Who opens the door?
I'll open it.
All right, Orkin, you fling the door open. Inside, on the other side, you see that same empty room. But this time, there's this bit of a difference. To the west, that hallway that goes north with the blood ooze, you see the pool of blood kind of, seeping from the south there, or from the north there. And it looks like somebody walked through it, because there is a set of bloody footprints going from that pool to the west, down that hallway, straight past your door, and out to the southeast. The footprints do not appear to be... they are not wearing boots or anything. You can see, 5 toes.
Can anyone tell what creature this is from the footprints? What kind of roll would that be?
That would be a survival check.
Survival check.
Anyone have higher than +1?
Ooh, I do. We're just trying to follow the footprints.
Well, he was asking you to identify the creature, and I'm saying that is a survival check.
Oh, yeah, I could do that.
Maybe in nature.
Nope.
Must have been a human.
Worse for me.
Crap it.
Meanwhile, the DM was like, I guess I was going to reveal what it was, but he thinks it's a human, so it is now.
So, do we want to follow this guy or keep going the way we were going?
I think we should not seek out fights. At least, not like this.
Wasn't this an extermination quest?
Right. I'm saying this seems like a dumb fight to seek out. We should continue with the extermination.
Yeah, but wouldn't that, whatever that was, be part of the extermination? Wouldn't it be on the list?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I mean, we'll come up against it eventually. Maybe we should just be methodical and keep exploring the rooms.
Precisely.
So we walked down the hallway, we went down, and avoid the trap.
What's your marching order?
I'll go first.
I'll go second.
No one wants to be third.
Yeah, fine, I'll do it.
Yeah, apparently no one wants to be the one with the treasure chest.
No, it's the hairy chest.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not even in armor, so pass. So, yeah.
Well, enjoy your hairy chest, Pete.
I will.
And fourth?
I'll go fourth.
Alright, that leaves the old man last.
Such a shame that
That
room
makes
rank only
sense.
goes up to 3. I always wanted to know what the 4th guy gets.
Alright, so you got, with Orkin leading the way, you guys start heading, you go around that corner, treading through the pool of blood left by the blood ooze, going past the first set of urns. You go another 10 feet to the second set of alcoves, the left of which has that urn the ooze came out of, the right of which has no urn. You move on. The next set has 2 urns. The one after that also has 2 urns. Beyond that, the hallway goes straight for a bit and then turns to the west. You guys just continuing on?
Unless anyone wants to check for traps.
I mean, I'm not a trap checker, so We're good, I guess.
Okay. Go around the corner. See, it goes to the west about 10 feet and turns back north. At that corner, you can see a small flight, like half flight of stairs, 3 steps going up, and then proceeding 40 feet north before turning to the east. Do you go to that corner, or do you do anything else?
Well, hmm. What do we see beyond the corner?
Okay, or you go up to that corner and you look around the corner, Orkin, revealing a massive room. Here you see that this massive room is divided into 3 distinct areas. A grim entryway fills the southern portion of the chamber. Bas reliefs of skeletal forms jut from the walls and reach down from the ceiling, while the floor itself appears to be made of a carpet of bones.
Hmm.
Stairs rise out of the bones to the central area. The central area contains 4 large stone blood cauldrons. Blood bubbles and undulates in the cauldron as magical energy sparks along the rune-covered floor. A cross-shaped dais in the center of the northern wall features a magnificent and terrifying statue of the Red Goddess. And kneeling before the statue, her head bowed in prayer, is a priestess in blood-stained robes. And you recognize her. It is Sister Alcava.
Gasp, the person who sent us on the quest is in fact part of the cult we were sent to exterminate?
Yep. Shock.
Shock! Wait. Did she ever say, and don't trust anybody?
No. She
Dang.
explicitly told you could trust her.
Oh god, that's even more untrustworthy. Why did we trust her?
And as she seems to finish her prayer, she stands and looks at you at the entrance of the room and spreads her hands. Well, thank you for bringing yourselves here, and for your contribution. It will be well used. The bone-covered floor to the south shifts and rumbles. 8 skeletons form and rise up from it. The blood in the blood cauldrons bubbles over, and heads rise out of each cauldron. Blood flows down the necks of the humanoid forms, and the rest of the body emerges as blood continues to run down their arms and chests.
Channel Divinity turn undead.
Roll initiative.
Each
no.
roll, my initiative gets lower.
It's not just a bone zone anymore, it's a blood zone now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I gotta find some Bloodborne boss music for this.
Yeah, this is like some One Reborn shit.
Ooh, this one will work nicely. Pete, if you want to, might I recommend the Bloodborne Lady Maria boss fight music?
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I still haven't played Bloodborne.
All right. So, Sister Alcava turns to the party and casts a spell. She points a blood-soaked finger right at Orkin. And Orkin, I am going to need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Oh no.
That is not a pass. You take 38 points of necrotic damage as she casts Blight on you.
Oh my lord.
Well, I am down to 1, having used Relentless Endurance.
She then, reveals that she has a mace. Blood dripping from the head, she begins advancing towards you, stopping 10 feet away. The zombies out of the cauldrons. 2 of them can run up into melee with you, Orkin. The other 2 will have to dash to get across the room and will not even be able to get in range then. So the zombie is going to try and punch you. Well then.
I had my face played up. It just straight to the face. Does it do at least 1 damage?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Sorry, I'm back.
So it does 10 bludgeoning and 3 necrotic damage, seeming to look a little more plump as a result.
Mister, boss fight, yo ass better get in here.
Orkin falls backward.
I'm here. I'm next in the rolls. I'm right after both monsters.
All right. Well, the other one is going to try and stomp on you, Orkin. Does that hit?
Yeah.
Is your maximum HP less than 22?
No.
Then you simply take 2 failed death saves from the crit.
Ouchie.
Alright, and with that, it is Henry's turn. Mister?
It's my turn. I am going to... Shit. It's a lot of skeletons and the big bitch.
Yes.
I think I'm going to shoot the big bitch.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Yeah.
You hit.
Six points of force damage.
Alright, you slightly wound her.
And I am done.
Okay. Cardamom.
Alright, so let's see here. Are any of these guys like bunched up at all?
2 of the blood zombies are in melee with Orkin. The skeletons are bunched up in the sense that they are in a 20 by 20 area.
All right. Can I put a 5-foot radius thing next to both of those blood zombies without hitting?
Yes, you would simply have to put
Yes.
it in the air because he fell prone when he was
Oh,
unconscious.
yeah, that works. All right. Well, then I'm going to summon that in front of me and then ram it into one of them, and they need to make the save.
Okay.
Just one of them, though. It's going to end up in that same location, but only one of them.
All right.
Nope.
Yeah, so he failed.
All right. And there's the thunder damage.
Okay, you bring the thunder. He no longer looks quite as plump.
All right, that's it.
Okay, skeletons. Skeletons are going to have to dash, and they are going to, with their rusty short swords, come sprinting across the floor. There are 8 of them. 3 of them will be able to get into melee around Orkin, but won't be within that sphere because of how small it is. The rest are further behind. Orkin, death save, please. 1 success.
So close to a 20.
Indeed. All right, old man. The undead are pressing in on your party.
Well, then I'm going to have to turn them.
All right, I believe that's a wisdom save for all of them.
For all of them, yep.
DC 15.
All right, skeletons first. Then the blood zombies. What is the DC?
15.
All right, well, it looks like 2 skeletons passed and 2 zombies passed. The rest, I believe, are frightened at your level. They just have to move away from you.
Let me check. All undead within 30 feet, make a wisdom save. If an undead fails to save, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage.
Okay.
Turn is classified as moving away, never within 30 feet of me, no reactions or actions other than dash.
Yep.
A dodge instead of dash when never to move.
All right. So you turn them and you can feel it take hold on a bunch of them.
Alright, and then that'll be it for me.
All right. Novitiate.
All right. The novitiate is going to walk up to Orkin.
Okay. You walk up to Orkin, going into the midst of the skeletons and zombies.
Indeed. And I speak a prayer and lay a hand upon his forehead, instilling him with 20 hit points.
Yay! I'm back up to half.
Rise, Orkin! Crush our foes!
Anything else?
Yes. If I can just wade through all these PDFs I have open. I shall harness divine power as a bonus action! And then I shall end my turn.
Okay. Her turn. As a bonus action, she's going to cast a spell. And she casts Shield of Faith on herself. I need to check this. Alright, she is then going to cast a cantrip. As 2 ghostly skeletal hands appear and attempt to grab Novitiate and Orkin. So first, Novitiate. Oh.
Yeah, no, that totally misses, man. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Sure.
It's a nat 20. It frickin' hits.
Yeah, I know. And she hits you for 17 necrotic damage.
Well,
And
she's
you
a stinky
cannot
poo-poo
regain hit points until the start of your next turn.
So the start, okay.
The other hand goes for Orkin, who is prone. Does a 19 hit Orkin?
Miss.
All right. Thus ends her turn.
Now, I think those skeletons and the zombies all ended their... I don't remember if the
No, that
zombies
was just
were-
her turn. The zombies' turn is now.
Ah, okay.
2 of the zombies, the ones that actually hit Orkin, are going to tuck tail and run, turning and moving away. This will provoke attacks of opportunity from Orkin and Novitiate, if you so choose.
Let it go.
Yeah, I'll let it go.
Okay. The other 2 will pass by them and move into melee with Orkin and Novitiate. Moving so as not to get it and touch the damaging magic sphere, because that looks hurtful.
Yes.
And one is going to attack Orkin, attempting to basically curb stomp him. He fails. The other goes for Novitiate.
It fails terribly.
And he does, yes. All right. Henry.
Mister.
Hold on a second. I'll do that. Or skip me. I'm sorry.
Okay. Henry dodges. Cardamon.
Alright. I'm gonna... So there's a bunch of skeletons and blood zombies all over there.
Yes.
They're all sort of bunched up around my teammates, yeah.
3 of the skeletons and 2 zombies are bunched up around Orkin and Novitiate. The 5 other skeletons are kind of spread deeper into the room a little bit. Because of how they raised up in a 20 by 20 area, they couldn't all bunch up when they ran, so they all ran the same distance.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright. I'm gonna bump it into one of the blood zombies, the injured one.
The injured one ran.
Oh, okay. Then I will bump it into one of the not injured blood zombies.
Okay. That's a dex save.
It is. That doesn't pass.
Indeed.
Alright.
All
No.
right, yeah, you take a chunk out of them.
Now, can I leave this in a... Can I leave this in a location where it would catch a bunch of them, but not Novitiate or Orchid?
No, it's only a 5-foot sphere.
It's a 5-foot sphere, but they have to be within 5 feet of the sphere. It's technically a 7.5-foot radius.
Right. My point is there's not a confining space here. They can easily move around it.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's a big open room.
Yeah, and they're not significantly taller than them or anything. So then I'll just leave it there.
Okay. I mean, it does cut down on how many of them could get past. Like it does provide some effect. It's just, you can't surround them now because of that.
Yeah.
Anything else on your turn?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna pick that same guy and I'm gonna toll the dead him.
Sorry, that was the zombie that's running?
Yeah, we'll do the one that's running. Sure.
Okay.
But that'll stop him from running.
No, it won't. He passed anyway, so
Yeah, he
it definitely
passed.
won't.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, skeletons. So let's see. Of the skeleton, The 3 that got into range are all turn and run, provoking attacks of opportunity.
I'll let it go.
Alright. Only 2 skeletons don't run, and instead close to melee and try to stab Orkin. Does a 20 hit you?
It does not.
Excellent. And with that, it is now your turn, Orkin.
So, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith to make it even harder to hit me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to give myself 18 more hit points to make it so that if they hit me, that I can survive.
Nice.
I will be the wall that protects my party.
Yep. Anything else?
I'm in the front. I use an action, use a bonus action. I think that's it.
Okay. Old man.
Okay, I am gonna. Let's see. No more spell slots, no more daily, or whatever. I guess I'll just toll the dead on traitorous cleric woman thing person. Quest giver.
Okay.
So that's gonna be.
I think she passes. Told the Dead's a save.
Oh, it is? Oops.
Yeah, she got a 19, so I think she passed.
Yep. And that's it for me then.
Okay. Novitiate. There are 2 skeletons in melee with you.
Indeed. I will, with my bonus action, cast Shield of Faith.
Okay.
And with my action, I shall call upon divine power and sanctify my weapon.
Uh-huh.
I now add my charisma modifier to hit, and now it emits a burning 20-foot light and a 20-foot dim light.
Mm-hmm. Your weapon glows.
That'll be my turn.
Okay. Seeing that her undead have you guys kind of bottled up, she's just going to walk around you. And she's going to walk right up to Cardamon and try to smack him in the face with her blooded mace.
But misses terribly because she sucks.
Does a
It only
24
it works on you. Yes, that
Okay.
does it.
And then she's going to... And you see that she's going to channel divinity as she does this for some additional damage.
Oh boy.
Alright, so that is 7 bludgeoning and 29 necrotic damage.
Well, I'm not dead, but I am unconscious.
Yeah. Let's see, and then the zombies. Well, one of the zombies is going to continue trying to hit Orkin. Misses. The other is going to go for Novitiate. Does a 24 hit Novitiate?
Yeah. Yeah, it hits.
Okay. So he punches you for 11 bludgeoning and 2 necrotic for a total of 13.
All right.
And it is now Henry's turn. Mister, are you back?
Yes, I am back.
All right. The undead are falling upon your front line. The enemy cleric has simply walked around them and has smacked Cardigan in the head with her mace, knocking him unconscious. There is nothing standing between you and the old man and the cleric. She is 10 feet away from you.
Okie dokie. Both of our front line are down.
Both of your front line are occupied by 2 zombies and 2 skeletons.
And badly bloodied.
You're both badly bloodied?
I am.
I have, almost full.
Okay. Okay. Norbert is badly bloodied. Okay. I am going to shoot the bitch. Wait.
Roll to hit.
Let me see. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll to hit. Bounces off her shield of faith.
I am going to cast Healing Light on Gilbert, or whatever his name is.
Alright, you start healing Novitiate. Alright, Novitiate, you heal
9 points.
Anything else?
And can I back up a little?
Yeah.
Without provoking an attack from this bitch?
She's only 10 feet away.
Okay, then I'm going to back up 30 feet.
That will break line of sight because you'll have to start heading down the hallway.
I'm going to back up to where it almost breaks line of sight. How far is that? 10 feet?
Another 10
15?
feet, putting you 20 feet away from her.
Fuck. Okay, I'm going to back up 20 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Cardamon, death save. That's a success. Skelly Bros. Let's see. A bunch of them continue running. And 2 of them are going to try and shake Novitiate.
But they suck and can't hit shit.
$22.
Yep, that hits.
That is 7 piercing damage. Isn't Shield of Faith a concentration spell?
Oh, fuck, yeah, it is. It is. It's lost.
That's unfortunate. Why'd you roll twice?
Because I forgot to roll the first time.
Oh, okay. Alright, well, Orkin, it is your turn.
Am I in melee range with the cleric?
No, but you are in melee range with 2 zombies and 2 skeletons.
I'm just wondering, how dismissive do I want to be?
She didn't even pay you guys a heed as her stuff swarmed you, and she just walked around to your back line.
I will just head towards her, provoking attacks of opportunity.
Okay. Let's see, first the Skelebros.
And they all suck and miss because my head plate is down this time.
Well, the skeletons missed, that's for sure. Let's see, the zombie bro.
See, this is a really effective strategy, isn't it?
Do 22s hit you?
They miss.
Okay.
Shield of Face for the win.
22s? No, all of those would miss.
Wait, how do you have it higher than 22?
Plate, shield, shield of faith, defense fighting style.
Ah!
Yeah, he has a 23.
Yeah, that'd do it.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right, you walk up to the cleric.
I just tap her on the shoulder with one hand and swing the battle axe with the other.
All right. You tap. She ignores you. You swing your battle axe. Roll to hit.
Wait, she's not looking, so does he have advantage?
He does
Oh,
not,
shit!
But he crit anyway.
Smite that hoe!
All
Yeah,
right. And you draw blood from her.
Yeah, he gets the unappreciated attacker bonus.
And
Is she paying attention now?
yes. Yes, she is.
Uses power word kill on you.
Anything else?
I tell her not to ignore me.
She nods in acquiescence. Old man.
Okay, gonna toll the dead again on the traitorous quest giver lady.
What's the DC?
15.
Well, nothing happens to her.
Alright, that's it for me.
All right. Novitiate. You are also in melee with 2 skeletons and 2 zombies.
How injured are they?
One zombie is uninjured, one is slightly injured. The 2 skeletons are uninjured.
And, the most injured looking guy.
That would be one of the zombies.
I shall take my blade and swing it at him.
Okie dokie. Hit. All right. You whack him. As you do so, you feel a tug on your blood. And you take 6 points of necrotic damage. And you notice that he is healing.
Well, I'm sitting near death. Yeah. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Her turn. So you have her attention, Orkin, and she is casting a spell right in front of you.
Counterspell!
If only you had that. You don't have that at 4th level.
I am also not a wizard.
Indeed. And I need Orkin, you, and Novitiate both to make wisdom saving throws as she casts a 3rd level hold person.
Please tell me that saves.
Novitiate, wisdom save, please. Novitiate is paralyzed. Okay. And let's see. And she is going to move forward into melee with Henry, provoking an attack of opportunity from you, Orkin. Yep, she ignores your wild swing.
I was taken off guard because she said she wouldn't ignore me. And then she goes away.
Yeah, she lied. Again.
Gasp.
Well, you're paralyzed. You ain't gasping shit.
Yes, but I think that.
Yeah. And then the zombies go, and there's a paralyzed paladin in front of them.
But they all suck and miss me horrifically. Because they're just that, but no, they hit.
Okay, so, first one.
Can't trash talk when you're paralyzed.
This is true.
27 is a mixture of bludgeoning and necrotic. Are you unconscious?
Uh-huh.
Alright. Then the crit.
Uh-huh.
Becomes a double crit.
Uh-huh.
Also a 27. Does that, what's your max?
32.
Alright, you're still alive, though you have 2 failed death saves.
Indeed I do. My money's on a nat 1.
Why are the damages the same?
Just random dice. If you look at the rolls, they're different. It's just added up. It's the same creatures hit. They hit 2 different creatures hit. Just got lucky with the math.
The second creature was weaker?
The second creature hit the same. Alright, Henry. It is your turn. The cleric has closed into melee with you. She is right up in your grill.
Hey, Well, I think it's time to say goodbye to them. This dungeon thing. I am going to. If I misty step, could I still see her?
Depends on which direction you go. If you go south down the hallway, no, because she's technically like just around the corner. If you go into the room, yes.
You know what? Henry believes in living to see another day, so bye. I'm going to cast, as an action, I'm going to cast. Let me make sure I can do this first.
Somebody counterspell him.
Yeah. Oh no, it's a bonus action. They're both bonus actions, so I can't do that just yet. Okay, but I can do this. I am going to misty step down the hall away from her.
Okay, you missed 30 feet down the hall.
And then I am going to use my action to dash to run the fuck away.
Alright, you start hauling ass.
Yeah, 60 feet, I am gone.
Alright, 60 feet takes you all the way back to the hallway that leads to the entrance.
Okay, good luck, my friends. Goodbye.
Alright, we're going to keep you in initiative, though, because there's other stuff going on. Cardamon, death save, please.
20. 20.
That is a failure.
All right.
Now, I don't believe she got a chance to hit you, so I believe that's only 1 failure.
Yep, that is 1 pass and 1 failure.
Alright. Skelebros.
Although, if she does hit me, she will probably kill me.
Probably, but she seemed to be concentrating more on downing the spellcasters before worrying about the front line. Let's see, the skeleton. Well, the first skeleton is going to try and shank a paladin in front of him. That happens to be unconscious on the ground.
But he is incompetent and will instead allow me to bleed out.
Well, he missed. Just
Indeed.
hit your armor. The other one also picks up that particular hill to die on.
He too is incompetent and misses.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And Orkin, it is your turn. You are being ignored, and your party is falling around you.
I can't believe he named himself after a pest control company.
What?
There's a pest control company called Orkin, spelled differently.
Oh.
All right, well, what do you do, Orkin?
Does she look bloodied at all?
No, she is slightly injured.
Well, I heal Novitiate for 1.
How?
I saved 1 lay on hands.
Okay, so you walk over to him and touch him. Okay. That's a melee thing you have to do. That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Okay, yep, you go over there and poke Novitiate. Novitiate, you wake up with 1 hit point on the ground and another level of exhaustion.
Oh boy, 3 levels. Excuse me while I reacquaint myself with that.
You are still
particular rule.
paralyzed.
Oh, right. And I take it I can't pick him up?
You use your action for lay on hands. You don't have an action to grapple him with.
Yeah. Well, he lives another day, so I probably could have done this a little better, but maybe I'll live and learn.
All right. Old man, the cleric is now 5 feet away from you. She was facing Henry, but he disappeared. Spectre?
What?
You are 5 feet away from the cleric. She was facing Henry, but he has disappeared.
Is she facing me?
No, you're off to her side.
Then I'm going to back away.
All right. You back up.
What's the exit look like?
Well, she is between you and the hallway that you came into. In the center of the room to the south, where there was that floor covered in bones, there's a large pair of double stone doors there.
Are they open?
No, but they don't appear to have a locking mechanism. They just look to be like ceremonial doors you push open.
I'm gonna retreat through those doors.
Okay. Those are 60 feet away, so you'll have to dash to get to them.
That's fine.
Okay. You dash, bones kind of crunching under your feet as you run for that door.
And that's it for me.
All right. Novitiate, you are paralyzed. At the end of your turn, you may make a wisdom saving throw to attempt to throw this off. You successfully throw it off.
Yes!
But it was at the end of your turn.
Oh, I know.
At her turn, she is going to upcast another hold person and require wisdom saving throws from Novitiate and Orkin.
But we're wise to her tricks this time. No, I'm just as dumb, but Orkin's wiser.
Yeah, Orkin remains unparalyzed, Novitiate gets paralyzed again.
If it's a saving throw that's not Dex, I can do it.
Yeah, and she moves 30 feet in pursuit of the old man. Let's see, zombies. Well, there's this tasty paladin that's paralyzed right in front of them.
And they are all grossly incompetent and miss horrifically.
They have advantage, bro.
But this guy misses terribly. Oh, no, that's the damage.
Yeah, so
I'm
he
unconscious.
knocks you unconscious again. And the other guy, why not? He's going to try and kill you.
But he's a stupid butthead that can't find another way through to the plate.
No, he can't. All right. Henry, you are running through the halls. Are you dashing again?
Is anybody chasing me?
You did not see anyone chasing you.
You know what? I'm gonna go back to the to where I'm gonna go back into. I'm gonna go back down the hallway
Okay.
towards the people.
How far are you moving?
I'm gonna dash to the end of my move, put me right back at the end of the doorway where I went around the corner.
Right. So you dash back to the spot that you Misty stepped to.
Right.
Okay. Done.
Do I see anything? Oh, I can't get.
No,
close
it's
enough
a
to see
hallway. It ends in the
I'm
bend.
gonna cast Expeditious Retreat on myself, just in
Okay.
case.
Sure.
And I'm gonna end my turn.
Alrighty. Cardamon, death save, please.
Alright, except Death is a dumb fool who's going to have to be more patient. Yeah.
Another success.
It always
Seriously.
works.
Shit-talking the dice really does seem to work.
Skeletons are going to realize the futility of what they're doing. And they're going to move over to stab Cardamon to death. This will provoke an attack of opportunity from Orkin.
Oh, my hubris.
But they're all horrifically incompetent, miss.
Yes, Orkin is. And then
You
they
said
move
it
on.
at the wrong time.
Oh.
Yeah, you did it to yourself. Yeah, that is.
I assume you're more than 8 max hit points?
Yes.
So that's 2 failed death saves.
Alright, I die.
Yeah. The other one is going to walk back over. And it's going to try and shank Paladin. The unconscious
Which one? Why are they all ignoring
We all know they're stupid and can't hit. Yeah, they hit me. I think the dice is done with my shit.
Yep, and so it's a crit because you're unconscious. And deals 10 damage. I assume it's less than your max. And you take 2 more failed death saves.
I call upon the dice to allow me to die by my own nat 1.
Well,
I
Orkin goes
beseech you,
before you.
dice.
And it is now Orkin's turn.
Is it an action to pick up Novitiate?
It would be an action, yes. You would be grappling him.
I mean, can I just, grab his iron and start dragging?
Yes, but that's a grapple.
Oh, fine. I'll grab him and
Okay.
then start running away.
Okay, you start running away.
Save
Provoking
at least one person.
So, which direction are you running towards? The hallway to the west? The doors to the south where the old man went? What?
Away from... What's her face?
That would be east, deeper into the room. She's between the 2 exits. If you were to run directly away from her, that would be perpendicular to that. Which would put you
Okay.
farther away from the exits.
Then the exit where Henry ran away from and Misty stepped? The exit
The exit you
leading
came in
to
from.
the exit of the house.
Alright, so you go back the way you came. This will provoke attacks of opportunity from a skeleton and 2 zombies. Skeleton, does an 18 hit?
No.
Alright, and zombie.
My faceplate is down. They all
Indeed.
miss.
Alright, you drag him 15 feet over. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Old man, you are at the door.
I will go through the door.
Alright, you open the door, revealing a domed chamber featuring a concave floor with rivulets carved into the stone that lead to a central drain. 8 tall metal cylinders about the height and circumference of a large man hang on chains suspended from the domed ceiling. Space remains between the bottom of each cylinder and the highest point of the curved floor, where the carved channels begin. Blood drips from holes in each cylinder's base, pooling beneath it before flowing down the rivulets into the central drain. A clockwork automaton moves from one cylinder to the next, prodding each with a long wooden pole so that it swings upon its chain.
Any other exits in that room?
There is another set of double wooden doors across the room to the south.
I will move towards the doors.
Okay. 20, 10, 20, 30. You'd have to dash again. It would take 50 feet of movement to get to those doors.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, you dash, just running around the room. I assume you want to avoid going through the blood pool in the middle of the room?
If possible.
Yes, it is possible. That's why it takes 50 feet of movement. It would only take 30 if you ran straight through it.
Nice try.
All right, fair enough. I can try. All right, you run around the pool to the double doors to the south.
We'll go through those doors with what remains of my movement.
All right, you slam those doors open. You know, basically revealing that you are on the other side of that central archway that you guys walked in and saw. And you can see the front doors being 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 feet away from you. Another blood zombie just standing in front of it.
Okay. That'll be it for me.
Okay. Novitiate, death save.
I call upon the dice. Let me nat 1. Oh my god!
You wake up in Orkin's hands with 1 hit point and another level of exhaustion.
I like that he asked let me nat 1 and then he nat 20s.
It's almost like these proclamations have no effect on the dice whatsoever.
they
Yeah.
really don't.
Yeah,
Hey, but my maximum hit points are currently halved.
Yeah, that sucks.
No, it doesn't. I'm 2 levels away from my achievement unlock.
You just have to believe in the heart of the dice.
It's heart of the cards and spleen of the or liver of the dice. I think, wasn't it?
I don't know. So, that is at the beginning of your turn. You still have your full turn to do what you want.
All right.
You see the gaggle of undead 15 feet away, the cleric 20.
I take out a javelin and I hurl it at her.
Roll to hit.
Blessed be my javelin.
No.
I can try. That'll be all. Actually, wait, hold on. I have 30, that's 15 feet of... Am I currently, like, functionally prone?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to stand up and move as far as I can behind Orkin.
Okay. You hobble 7 feet.
Indeed, I do.
All right. The cleric is going to sigh. Turn to face you guys. Cast another 3rd level hold person, and I need wisdom saves from Orkin and Novitiate.
Did Novitiate ever get out of the hold person previously?
She dropped concentration.
Well, let's see what the dice do this time. Hey, I'm getting wiser.
You are both paralyzed.
We are being a right nuisance to her, and that's what matters.
Yep. The zombies are going to hobble over. One's going to try and clock Novitiate.
But he sucks,
They're
Like a
going
lot.
past me
and he's
again?
dumb. And he misses.
All right. The second one is going to try and clock Novitiate. Fuck. All
I
right.
will have my achievement.
A skeleton comes up and shanks a bitch. Does that hit you?
That does. Come on, skeleton, deliver upon me the opportunity for a 5th level of exhaustion.
So, because it's a crit, because you're paralyzed. So that's 13 points of damage.
Indeed.
Is that your max?
No, it is not.
All right, then in that case, you're simply unconscious.
My maximum is 16.
Excellent. The other skeleton's going to walk up and try to shank Orkin. Does 22 doesn't hit you, that's right.
Even paralyzed, they still miss.
Alright. The other zombie in that, by the front door is just going to stand there. Henry, you are in the hallway with the urns. Mister, are you here?
Yes, I am here.
You are in the hallway with the urns.
I'm going to move up and peek around the corner. What do I see?
All right, you move your 30 feet forward and look around the corner. You see an unconscious novitiate, 2 zombies and a skeleton by him. You see a paralyzed Orkin, a skeleton by him. You see the cleric deeper into the room about 50 feet away from you.
Yeah, I'm going to give them a prayer and then I'm going to leave. I'm going to bonus action dash and then action dash towards the exit. I'm gone.
Okay, so you go back down the hallway and then you dash.
I'm gone.
All right, yep, you're about halfway to the front door. You're still in that area where you guys fought the green guy. And that would be it for you. Cardamon is dead, I believe.
Maybe you believe that.
I'm sorry, I honestly can't remember. Did your character die?
No, he died.
Okay. Orkin, you are paralyzed on your turn, but at the end of your turn, you do get another wisdom save. You remain paralyzed.
Oh no.
All right.
Wisdom is draining out of me.
Indeed. All right, old man.
Okay. How close is that blood zombie to the exit?
He is standing right in front of it.
Okay.
You can see the bloody footprints where he walked there during your short rest.
I will move. Let's go with 36 feet away from him.
So you are backing up into the room with the blood pool? Or are you moving forward to be 36 feet away from him?
To be 36 feet away from him.
Okay, you advance 14 feet.
And then I will take the dodge action.
Okay. Novitiate. Death save.
Which are at disadvantage.
Indeed. Because I believe you're at 4 levels of exhaustion now.
Come on, dice, see me through. Nope.
That is a failed death save. The cleric. Well, thinking that her zombie by the front's going to deal with the weak spellcaster, she's going to turn around and walk up to Orkin. She's going to try to smack the paralyzed Orkin with a mace.
She misses.
You won't?
Apparently she does miss. Zombies. Well, one zombie's going to try and murder a novitiate.
Is smelly, self-conscious, and misses.
Yep. The skeleton, sorry, not the skeleton. The other zombie is actually not going to attack you. He's going to move over and try to smack Orkin.
And he's... Oh, fuck! Glad I didn't finish that sentence.
Alright, Orkin, it deals a total of 20 damage, a mixture of bludgeoning and necrotic.
Oh.
No more Shield of Faith?
No.
Yep, that's how it goes. Alright, let's see. Then the skeletons. Yeah, then the skeleton's going to try and shank the paladin on the ground.
Which one's that?
You.
He's a dummy bitch that misses.
Yep. He is. Alright, Orkin, you are paralyzed on your turn. You may make a wisdom save at the end of it. You remain paralyzed. Old Man Spectre.
The blood zombie hasn't taken any action?
Correct.
Alright, I am going to cast Guidance on myself.
Okay.
And gonna move. Oh, we'll go 10 feet closer.
Alright, you move to be 26 feet away from him. Anything else?
That's it.
Alright. Novitiate, death save.
Come on, dice. Let me get that 6 exhaustions. One more.
That is a fail, the death save. Cleric. She is going to try and smack Orkin.
She lifted up my faceplate.
She just lifts up your faceplate and then just smacks you in the face. Alright, and she's going to channel Divinity and do a total of 60 points of damage. 10 bludgeoning and 50 necrotic.
The fuck is that?
He's paralyzed. It's an auto crit. And she channeled Divinity for extra damage.
Oh, that is
Well-
a cool channel divinity.
There is
Touch
a
of death.
mace where Orkin's head was.
Ooh, that took you to negative max?
Yes.
Alright. Orkin falls. A blood zombie attempts to murder Novitiate.
Get wrecked, Scrub Lord, you miss.
He misses. The other blood zombie wanders over and tries to murder you.
And he's just as dumb for trying.
Oh no!
Does a 20 hit you?
That matches.
Which is a hit. Which is another two failed death saves, which is your
Which is death.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, I could taste that 6th level of exhaustion. So close.
So close and yet so far away. Let's see. So she does some of that. You guys wouldn't see that because there's no one left alive in that room. Henry.
Yep.
It's your turn.
Yep. I bonus action dash and I action dash out towards town.
Okay. So, you bonus action dash. You move your 60 feet, which will get you line of sight to the exit. And you see one of those blood zombies and standing in front of the exit door, squaring off about 20 feet away from the old man. You are currently 30 feet away from it. Are you sure you want to action dash?
No, I'll blast the skeleton.
Zombie, but yes, go ahead. You hit. Alright, you take a big old chunk out of it, splashing the doors with some of the blood on them. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Alright. skeleton moves. You can't see that. Orkin is dead. Old man. 20 feet away from you. Well, like 26 feet away from you is the zombie. It just got shot from behind you and to the right with the familiar force bolt of Henry's.
Okay, I am going to attempt to dash through it.
Okay. Overrun. This will require a strength athletics or an acrobatics check from you.
One moment. They're both the same, so we'll just go with strength.
Okay.
And
you need to beat a 21.
I'm not even going to bother using the guidance on that.
Okay. So you run up and basically get stopped cold by this guy. Anything else?
Do I have any other options available to me? Did then use both my action and my bonus?
Did not use your bonus.
I will continue to try and move past him.
Okay. Again, that would be the same type of contested roll. This time you only need to beat a 10. Alright, you slip around him and get to the doors, pushing them open. The night air chill as you run into it. So you get like, what? You were 26, so that means you're 4 feet away from the door?
I think.
Okay. It's important because that does not go far enough to trigger an attack of opportunity.
Gotcha.
Yep. All right. She is going to move there. What is... Hold person has a 60-foot range. Shit, you're too far. All right, she's in a dash. So, Henry, you see dashing out of that center archway, followed by a skeleton and a couple of zombies behind her. The cleric. And it is your turn, Henry.
How far to the exit?
Your current position, 30 feet.
I'm gonna Misty Step 30 feet.
Uh-huh.
And then run, and then action dash away.
You do know there's a zombie you just teleported next to, right?
I thought he wasn't at the exit.
There's one at the exit, and then he's been there. That's the guy you shot. There's additional people coming in from another entrance.
Are
you sure you didn't want to move forward and then Misty Step?
Yeah. I'm gonna move forward. I'm gonna move forward into melee with him and then Misty Step 30 feet past him.
Okay. You Misty Step 30 feet past him into the night.
Yeah, I'm gone.
And then you start running. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see if Novitiate can join you in getting away.
What? I'm dead as fuck.
Not Novitiate, sorry, the old man. Old man, it is your turn. You are 4 feet away from that door zombie. You are on the outside. You could just run, but he gets an attack of opportunity if you do that. Spectre?
Sorry, say again?
So, it's your turn. You are 4 feet to the outside of this door, still within melee range of the zombie. What do you do?
Disengage and flee.
Alright, you disengage and you move 30 feet to the south. They give chase. And basically, you guys give them the slip in the woods, and you get back to town badly bloodied and shaken by your encounter. And we will
Well-
call it there as you guys are
Well,
trying to
the
raise
next time we
people up.
go into one of those, next time we go